Rockets have absolutely screwed the Warriors in Jonathan Kuminga's free agency. The Golden State Warriors have long been considered one of the best-run organizations in professional basketball, but in recent years, their ability to manage assets has been called into question. From the James Wiseman saga, to the handling of Jordan Poole, and now Jonathan Kuminga's drawn-out free agency negotiations, Golden State looks more reactive than proactive. Meanwhile, the Houston Rockets have been on the opposite trajectory. Once derided as a young team with no clear direction, they've quietly become one of the league's sharpest front offices. Their management of Jalen Green, a similarly polarizing young wing to Kuminga, highlights just how badly the Warriors have mishandled their own situation. As the stalemate between Kuminga and the Warriors stretches into late September, comparisons to Green, both in style of play and in contract negotiations, dominate the conversation. And when you look closely, it becomes clear the Rockets have absolutely screwed the Warriors in Kuminga's free agency, even if indirectly. The Rockets' smart bet on Jalen Green. Just 1 year ago, Houston found itself in a position not too dissimilar to where Golden State stands with Kuminga now. Jalen Green, the number 2 overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, had flashed immense scoring talent through his first 3 seasons. His athleticism and shot creation ability were undeniable, but his efficiency and impact on winning remained questionable. Was he a budding all-star, or was he destined to be an empty stats player on a rebuilding team? The Rockets faced a choice: go all in with a 5-year max deal, essentially betting their future on Green. Commit partially, rewarding him while keeping flexibility. They chose the latter. In October 2024, they signed Green to a 3-year, $105.3 million extension with a player option on the final year. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't reckless either. Green got paid like a potential star, but Houston retained flexibility, avoiding the kind of long-term anchor deal that could backfire if his growth stalled. That decision paid off faster than anyone expected. The Durant trade that changed everything. After another uneven regular season and a disastrous playoff performance against the Warriors, save for a breakout Game 2, Green's value seemed to dip. Yet Houston leveraged his contract brilliantly. Instead of being locked into a 5-year max, the 3-year deal made him a highly tradable asset. And when Kevin Durant became available, Green became the centerpiece in a blockbuster trade that brought a 2-time Finals MVP back to Houston. In one move, the Rockets turned a polarizing young scorer into a Hall of Fame superstar, all because they structured his contract properly. It was, as many analysts called it, a masterclass in asset management. Golden State's Kuminga conundrum. Contrast that with the Warriors' handling of Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga, like Green, is a raw, athletic forward whose talent is obvious but whose impact on winning has been debated. His development has been slowed by inconsistent roles, coaching trust issues, and Golden State's win-now pressure. The Warriors had a chance to extend him before the October deadline in 2024. They didn't. That decision, whether out of caution, financial hesitancy, or misjudgment, has backfired. Now, deep into September of 2025, Kuminga's free agency remains unresolved. Had Golden State extended him last October, even on a deal similar to Green's, they could have avoided this mess. Yes, the poison pill restriction would have limited their trade flexibility mid-season, but they didn't trade him anyway. Instead, they now face the possibility of losing him for less value or overpaying out of desperation. The market blueprint, Green, Johnson, and beyond. The issue gets murkier when you consider the contracts of similar young players. Jalen Green, Rockets 3 years, $105.3 million with player option, $35M/year flexibility. Jalen Johnson, Hawks signed 4 over $30M/year after a breakout season. Tyler Hero, Heat, 2022 4 years, $120 million, $30M/year, though Miami struggled to trade him at full value. Mikal Bridges, Nets, 2021 4 years, $90 million, $22.5M/year, one of the league's most team-friendly deals. Once Green and Johnson locked in deals north of $30 million annually, Kuminga's camp, led by agent Aaron Turner, used those numbers as benchmarks. Turner has repeatedly referenced those contracts in interviews, even suggesting Kuminga would be taking less than his peers if he accepted a sub-$30M annual deal. The reality? The market doesn't agree. Kuminga's offers in sign-and-trade talks with Phoenix and Sacramento have reportedly been closer to $22-25 million per year. It's a harsh reminder that leverage isn't just about talent, it's about timing, perception, and market demand. You can't sacrifice something that isn't there. Turner's framing of Kuminga as sacrificing by taking less than Green or Johnson falls flat when those offers aren't actually on the table. The Rockets set the precedent by giving Green a deal that both rewarded him and maintained tradability. The Hawks followed suit with Johnson after his breakout. The Warriors? They waited too long, missed their window, and now face a negotiation shaped by contracts they had no influence over. In essence, Houston's decision to pay Green what they did indirectly inflated Kuminga's camp's expectations Golden State can't or won't meet. The larger pattern, Warriors' asset mismanagement. This isn't an isolated incident. Golden State has made a series of questionable moves in recent years, drafting James Wiseman number 2 overall in 2020 over LaMelo Ball, then trading Wiseman for pennies on the dollar. Handing Jordan Poole a 4-year, $128 million extension, only to ship him to Washington after one turbulent season. Failing to maximize Andrew Wiggins' value before his contract soured. And now, dragging out Kuminga's negotiations instead of acting decisively. Each decision reflects a franchise caught between chasing one last title with Steph Curry and planning for the future. The result has been indecision, and indecision is costly in the NBA. What happens next? Golden State's options aren't great. 1. Re-sign Kuminga at an inflated number, risking another Poole situation. 2. Lose him in a sign-and-trade, likely for less value than his talent suggests. 3. Let him walk in restricted free agency, an outcome that would further tarnish their reputation as a player-friendly franchise. Meanwhile, the Rockets look like geniuses. By betting smartly on Green, they both maximized his value and flipped him into a superstar. They didn't just help themselves, they set a market that has complicated life for the Warriors. Houston rising, Golden State falling. The symbolism here is hard to miss. The Rockets, once in disarray, have used shrewd contract decisions and aggressive trades to climb back into contention. The Warriors, once the gold standard of team building, have stumbled into repeated mistakes, caught between eras and unable to balance short-term and long-term priorities. In the end, the Rockets didn't just screw the Warriors by accident. They showed everyone how to handle a tricky young talent situation, and in doing so, exposed just how far Golden State has fallen from its dynasty-level precision.